His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa ratified and issued Law 5 of 2026, amending Clause 13 of Article 3 of Law 5 of 2021 on the regulation and monitoring of international trade in endangered species of wild fauna and flora following its approval by the Shura and Representatives Councils. The text Clause 13 of Article 3 of Law 5 of 2021 shall be replaced by the following text: 13. Deletion and addition of any species in the appendices. His Majesty also ratified and issued Law 6 of 2026 approving the host country agreement between the Government of Bahrain and the Permanent Court of Arbitration following its approval by the Shura and Representatives Councils. The host country agreement between the Government of Bahrain and the Permanent Court of Arbitration signed in Bahrain on June 17, 2025 accompanying this law has been ratified. Representative of His Majesty the King for Humanitarian Work and Youth Affairs, a Chairman of the Board of Trustees of the Royal Humanitarian Foundation RHF, His Highness Sheikh Nasser bin Hamad Al Khalifa, chaired the Board of Trustees meeting of the RHF. His Highness affirmed that the royal patronage enjoyed by the RHF from His Majesty the King, Honorary President of the Foundation, is the cornerstone for developing and enhancing humanitarian work within Bahrain and abroad, which provides a dignified and stable life for the children and mothers of the Foundation. His Highness pointed out that the pioneering humanitarian approach of His Majesty embodies the firm stance of Bahrain, its leadership, government and people in supporting humanitarian work based on shared humanitarian values and fraternal ties. His Highness praised the support given to the RHF by the government headed by His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, which enabled the Foundation to carry out its humanitarian mission and achieve its noble goals. His Highness praised the efforts of the RHF's executive management and employees in implementing and following up on the humanitarian programs and initiatives that serve beneficiaries and enable them to integrate and participate actively in society. His Highness directed to continue working in accordance with the vision and aspirations of His Majesty and to implement the directives that aim to develop the humanitarian work system and launch new qualitative initiatives that enhance the comprehensive care provided to mothers and children of the Foundation and all groups deserving the support within Bahrain, and in addition to continuing to alleviating the suffering of the people of brotherly and friendly countries. The meeting reviewed a number of topics related to work strategies, the programs and initiatives of the Foundation intended to implement during the new year, and its preparations to implement a package of development programs on its 25th anniversary. The meeting also reviewed the most notable achievements and projects implemented by the Foundation during 2025, which includes various humanitarian services provided to different segments of society, as well as a number of relief projects in the Gaza Strip and Syria. The members of the Board of Trustees praised the leadership of His Highness and his continuous follow-up of the RHF's work, which advances humanitarian services and achieves royal visions and aspirations. National Security Advisor and Royal Guard Commander Lieutenant General His Highness Sheikh Nasser bin Hamad Al Khalifa patronized the celebration of the 50th anniversary of the establishment of the Royal Special Force and the graduation of the 52nd Joint Commando Course, coinciding with the celebrations of the 58th anniversary of the BDF's establishment. Upon arrival, His Highness was received by the Commander of the Royal Guard Special Force, Colonel His Highness Sheikh Khalid bin Hamad Al Khalifa, the Commander of the Royal Special Force, Major General Isa Muhammad Al-Rumaihi, and a number of senior BDF officers. His Highness affirmed that the BDF is advancing towards progress and development in various fields thanks to the support of His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa, the Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, and His Royal Highness the Crown Prince, Deputy Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, and Prime Minister Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, as well as the follow-up of the BDF Commander-in-Chief Field Marshal Sheikh Khalifa bin Ahmed Al Khalifa. His Highness pointed out that this integrated support advanced development and modernization and consolidated professional military system in line with modern defense changes and requirements, which enhances military and field capabilities and raises the level of combat readiness and administrative efficiency. The ceremony began with a recitation from the Holy Quran, followed by a speech by the commander of the Royal Special Forces, in which he explained that the Royal Special Forces is celebrating its 50th anniversary and the graduation of the 52nd Joint Commando Course, since the first course was held in December 1976. He emphasized the readiness of the force to continue their effort, loyalty, dedication, sacrifice, and defense of their homeland. A briefing was then given on the stage of the course and the theoretical and practical application. This was followed by field exercise carried out by the graduates of the course, which includes a number of specialized operations, followed by a free-fall demonstration reflecting their efficiency, leadership, control, military management, combat professionalism, and advanced field skills. His Highness then distributed commemorative gifts to senior officers and non-commissioner officers of the Royal Special Force, certificates to graduates, and awards of appreciation to those who excelled in the course. He praised the advanced level of combat skills and high field operations demonstrated by the graduates and congratulated them on successfully completing the course. At the end of the ceremony, His Highness Sheikh Nasser and His Highness Sheikh Khalid received a commemorative gift from the commander of the Royal Special Force. Representatives Council Speaker Ahmed Lemselem held parliamentary talks with Omani Shura Council Chairman Khalid Al-Maouli. Both sides affirmed the depth of the close fraternal relations between Bahrain and Oman and the development and growth witnessed in all areas under the patronage of His Majesty the King and His Majesty the Sultan of Oman. They also reviewed areas of cooperation and coordination and affirmed their continued keenness to develop their long-standing relations and their support for the development of coordination mechanisms and bilateral work. The two sides discussed ways to enhance cooperation in parliamentary and legislative work, exchange experiences in the secretariat sector, and activate the role of diplomacy in light of Bahrain's presidency of the meeting of the heads of Gulf councils and parliaments and its presidency of the Asian Parliamentary Assembly. They also affirmed the importance of developing joint Gulf parliamentary work to achieve the interests of GCC countries. Al-Msallam praised the comprehensive developmental and cultural achievements of Oman. Al-Maouli expressed pride in the visit of Al-Msallam and the parliamentary delegation, which strengthens fraternal ties between the two countries. The Speaker of the Council of Representatives, Ahmed Al-Msallam, yesterday chaired the weekly session in which the Council reviewed the letter from the Cabinet regarding the draft criminal procedure law issued by Decree Law 46 of 2002 and decided to refer it to the relevant committees. The Council then approved a draft law on the regulation of fishing, exploitation and protection of marine resources and referred it to the Prime Minister to be submitted to His Majesty the King. The session also approved 3 urgent proposals and decided to refer them to the government. Minister of the Prime Minister's Court, His Highness Sheikh Isa bin Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, attended the 7th edition of the Government Innovation Competition Fikra. His Highness highlighted the Kingdom's commitment to launching programs and initiatives that promote innovation and encourages competitiveness across the public sector. In line with the Kingdom's comprehensive development led by His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa and in accordance with the directives of His Royal Highness Crown Prince and Prime Minister Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa. His Highness emphasized the importance of consolidating creativity and innovation that drive progress within government work streams and improve the quality and efficiency of government services. The winning concepts were selected through a rigorous evaluation process involving a ministerial committee chaired by His Highness Sheikh Isa bin Salman as well as public vote. The winners are Takamul by Captain Abdullah Wahid Al-Manna'i and Ala Ahmed Liblushi from the Ministry of Interior. Smart Employment Advisor by Jalal Ja'far Makki from the Ministry of Legal Affairs. Minni by Ali Hussein Darwish, Maha Majid Al-Ma'raj, Narjis Yusuf Sabt and Fatima Atiyya Al-Aradi from Government Hospitals. His Highness congratulated the winners, commending the innovative ideas showcased throughout the competition and their potential. He noted that the idea presented reflect a strong culture of initiative, responsibility and commitment to contributing to national development through innovative government solutions. His Highness commended the participants' efforts and wished them success in implementing their ideas. He expressed appreciation to those in charge of Fikra, noting their continued commitment to developing the competition and ensuring the achievements of its winning concepts. In line with the efforts to ensure the effective implementation of the winning initiatives, the ideas will be presented to the Government Executive Committee, chaired by His Royal Highness, as a step towards their adoption and implementation by the relevant government entities in line with approved procedures. The Ministerial Committee was chaired by His Highness Sheikh Isa bin Salman bin Hamad and consisted of Minister of Finance and National Economy Sheikh Salman bin Khalifa Al Khalifa, Minister of Labour and Minister of Legal Affairs Yusuf bin Abd Al Hussein Khalaf, Minister of Health Dr. Jalila bint Al-Sayyid Jawad Hassan, Minister of Cabinet Affairs Ahmed bin Faisal Al-Malki, Minister of Housing and Urban Planning Amna bint Ahmed Al-Rumayhi, Minister of Education Dr. Muhammad bin Mubarak Jum'a, and Minister of Industry and Commerce Abdullah bin Adil Fakhro. Fikra contributes to advancing public services in line with Bahrain's Economic Vision 2030 and the 2023 to 2026 government program. The Minister of Interior, General Sheikh Rashid bin Abdullah Al Khalifa, along with GCC Ministers of Interior, attended the closing ceremony of the joint tactical exercise for security agencies of the GCC countries, Arabian Gulf Security 4, which was held in Qatar. Upon their arrival, they were received by the Minister of Interior and Commander of the Internal Security Force, Al-Khwiyya, Sheikh Khalifa bin Hamad bin Khalifa Al Thani. Bahrain hosted the first Gulf security exercise in 2016, implementing a decision by the GCC Minister of Interior. The UAE organized the second in 2020, Saudi Arabia the third in 2022, and Qatar concluded the series with Arabian Gulf Security 4. General Sheikh Rashid affirmed that the exercise reflects the vision of the GCC leaders and the commitment of the Ministers of Interior to strengthen Gulf security cooperation, coordination, and exchange of expertise. He highlighted the importance of enhancing readiness, unifying concepts to confront risks, and safeguarding the resources and achievements of the GCC. He noted that these joint field exercises raises performance levels, improve crisis response, and develop strategic capabilities within a shared framework of cooperation and security integration. He stressed that training and reliance on modern technological systems, including the use of AI applications, constitute an essential pillar of security work. He affirmed that studying the situation and shared capabilities and implementing realistic scenarios will enhance the capabilities of the GCC states in confronting security challenges. The minister expressed gratitude to the Qatari Ministry of Interior for its organizational and technical support, which achieved the exercise's primary objectives and strengthening cooperation among the GCC. He also expressed his appreciation for the efficiency, readiness, and professional performance demonstrated by the participating security forces in enhancing preparedness and raising the level of field cooperation and integration to confront various challenges and emergency scenarios. The exercise included more than 70 field training scenarios, totaling over 260 training hours. These included training on multiple scenarios and a joint integrated operational system through the execution of a series of scenarios and exercises simulating diverse incidents and crises. At the conclusion of the exercise, the participating forces presented a field demonstration of their practical skill. They displayed efficiency, discipline, and a high level of outstanding performance, demonstrating their readiness and preparedness. The participating security forces demonstrated a remarkable ability to strengthen the Gulf security cooperation system and raise the level of joint readiness and coordination. Minister of Foreign Affairs Dr. Abdul Latif Al-Zayani attended an event organized by the Center for Strategic and International Studies, CSIS, in Washington, focusing on securing critical energy supplies. The event was attended by Bahrain's ambassador to the U.S., Sheikh Abdullah bin Rashid Al Khalifa, the minister's accompanying delegation, as well as a number of CSIS members, experts, and researchers. The program included a panel discussion with U.S. Secretary of Interior Doug Burgum, which addressed the key objectives of the International Cooperation Framework for securing global supply chains of critical minerals, ways to enhance the security of global supplies, and the importance of cooperation in mining, processing, refining, investment, and policy coordination. The discussion also highlighted the strategic role of critical minerals in supporting advanced technologies and commercial and defense industries, alongside the adoption of joint policies to strengthen cooperation in securing mining and processing these resources. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Abdul Latif Al-Zayani, met with the Assistant Secretary for the Bureau of Arms Control and Non-Proliferation of the U.S. Department of State, Dr. Christopher Yao. The meeting was attended by Bahrain's ambassador to the U.S., Sheikh Abdullah bin Rashid Al Khalifa, and the minister's accompanying delegation. The two sides discussed means to strengthen bilateral cooperation in areas of mutual interest, building on their historic friendship and strategic partnership to serve shared interests. They also addressed prospects for cooperation in peaceful nuclear energy in accordance with the MOU on cooperation in the field of peaceful nuclear energy signed in Washington in 2025 by the foreign ministers of both countries. The two sides further emphasized the importance of exploring opportunities for bilateral cooperation in advanced technologies across various sectors of mutual interest. The meeting included the exchange of views on the latest regional and international developments, as well as ongoing efforts to promote peace and stability in the region, including initiatives related to the establishment of the Board of Peace in support of the implementation of the Peace and Reconstruction Plan in Gaza. Minister of Foreign Affairs Dr. Abdulatif Al-Zayani met with the members of the U.S. House Appropriation Subcommittee on National Security Department of State and related programs, including Representative Louis Frankel, the subcommittee's lead Democrat, as well as Representative Mark Alford and John Molinar. The meeting was attended by Bahrain's ambassador to the U.S., Sheikh Abdullah bin Rashid Al Khalifa. The two sides reviewed the long-standing and strategic partnership between Bahrain and the U.S., highlighting the advanced level of cooperation across various fields. They also discussed efforts to further strengthen cooperation and reviewed the latest regional developments, particularly in the Middle East, and their implications on regional security and stability. They discussed ongoing efforts to de-escalate tension, halt escalation, and resolve conflicts through dialogue and diplomatic solutions while ensuring regional security and stability. Minister of Foreign Affairs Dr. Abdulatif Al-Zayani met with a member of the U.S. House of Representatives and the Armed Services and Foreign Affairs Committee, Congressman John Wilson. The meeting was attended by Bahrain's ambassador to the U.S., Sheikh Abdullah bin Rashid Al Khalifa, and the minister's accompanying delegation. The two sides reviewed the long-standing ties and comprehensive strategic partnership between the two countries. They discussed means to further enhance bilateral cooperation across areas of mutual interest within the framework of existing agreements, including the Free Trade Agreement, the CCPA Agreement. The meeting also included the exchange of views on the latest regional and international developments. Discussions touched on the efforts undertaken by the U.S. administration to end regional conflicts and promote security, peace, and stability in the region. This included the establishment of the Board of Peace, chaired by the U.S. President, to support the implementation of the Plan for Peace, Reconstruction, and Recovery in Gaza, as well as initiatives aimed at addressing the Iranian nuclear issue through dialogue and diplomatic solutions in a manner that preserves regional security and stability. The Crown Prince of Fujairah, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Hamad bin Mohammed Al-Sharqi, received the Minister of Transportation and Telecommunications, Dr. Sheikh Abdullah bin Ahmed Al Khalifa, in the presence of the Minister of Information, Dr. Ramzan bin Abdullah Naimi, and Bahrain's Ambassador to the UAE, Sheikh Khalid bin Abdullah Al Khalifa. The meeting took place on the sidelines of the participation in the World Government Summit in Dubai. During the meeting, bilateral cooperation was reviewed, along with the means to further develop and strengthen collaboration across various domains, particularly in transportation, telecommunications, and digital transformation, in support of shared interests. His Highness the Crown Prince of Fujairah commended the development and growth of Bahrain across multiple sectors, praising the kingdom's leadership for its commitment to advancing comprehensive development. For his part, Dr. Sheikh Abdullah affirmed Bahrain's keenness to continue strengthening cooperation and coordination with the UAE. As part of Bahrain's participation in the World Government Summit held in Dubai, Bahrain and the UAE signed an MOU on cooperation in the exchange of government experiences. The memorandum aims to strengthen cooperation in the areas of government development, institutional capacity building, exchange of experiences and knowledge, and support efforts to achieve sustainable development goals. According to the memorandum, cooperation between the two countries will take the form of exchanging development models and technical expertise and holding joint workshops and meetings that enhance the effectiveness and quality of government services through a joint institutional framework that reflects the commitment of both sides to transfer and localize best administrative and organizational practices. The Minister of Youth Affairs, Rawan Tawfiqi, participated in a dialogue session on the sidelines of the World Government Summit held in the UAE. She emphasized that youth empowerment in Bahrain is undergoing rapid and qualitative transformation based on engaging them in shaping the present and leading the future. She explained that youth empowerment now focuses on granting young people genuine roles in development pathways and decision-making, noting that the future vision for youth empowerment stems from the belief that they are the leading force capable of bringing about positive change. Regarding the readiness of the next generation to assuming leadership roles, the minister pointed out that the real challenge lies not in the capabilities of young people, but rather the extent to which strategies can help keep pace with their rapidly evolving aspirations. Tawfiqi reviewed building a sustainable system for preparing young leaders through the launch of national project LAMع in 2020, noting that the program's result reflected its tangible positive impact, with more than 70% of LAMع graduates achieving significant progress in their career paths. She also emphasized that adaptability and flexibility among the most important leadership skills that should be cultivated in young people. She affirmed that empowering youth lies in a clear vision that supports them and enhances their role in society. The president of the Civil Service Bureau, Sheikh Daij bin Salman bin Daij Al Khalifa, participated in the Arab Public Administration Forum held on the sidelines of the World Government Summit in the UAE. The forum aims to strengthen cooperation and exchange expertise to enhance the quality of public services. Sheikh Daij bin Salman emphasized that the forum is a high-level strategic platform for dialogue on the future of public administration, enabling the exchange of views on key public sector development issues and shared challenges facing government entities amid rapid global changes. The forum reviewed leading practical and opportunities to improve government performance efficiency, particularly in light of advancements in artificial intelligence. Discussions also addressed the implications of those technologies for public policy, governance systems, human capital development, and more effective and responsive government service delivery. The Supreme Council for the Environment conducted the joint field exercise Jahiziyya 2 to respond to oil spill incidents in cooperation with Babco Refining Company, GPIS, and ELBA. The CEO of the Supreme Council of the Environment, Amna Rumehi, affirmed that the exercise is part of a comprehensive national plan aimed at enhancing the efficiency of the response to marine pollution incidents involving oil and other harmful substances. The exercise tested oil spill reporting procedures, communication and coordination protocols between the Council, participating companies and relevant authorities, as well as the implementation of containment, cleanup and rehabilitation operations for the affected areas. The acting managing director of Babco Energies and CEO of Babco Refining, Dr. Abdurrahman Jawahiri, confirmed that the exercise is a significant milestone in national efforts to develop Bahrain's capabilities in environmental crisis management and reflects the company's unwavering commitment to supporting national initiatives aimed at enhancing preparedness and effectiveness responses to various environmental emergencies. The CEO of GPIC, Engineer Yasser Al-Abbasi, affirmed that the company's participation stems from its firm commitment to supporting national efforts to protect the marine and coastal environment and strengthen the integrated environmental emergency response system in Bahrain. The CEO of ELBA, Ali Al-Baqali, expressed the company's pride in participating in this exercise, emphasizing that protecting the marine and coastal environment is a fundamental pillar of the company's culture and approach and an integral part of its national responsibility. Bahrain celebrates National Environment Day, which falls on February 4th under the slogan, "We restore it to revive it." It serves as a national milestone to solidify the commitment to protecting the environment and preserving its resources. More in this report.
On the occasion of National Environment Day, which falls on February 4th, Bahrain continues its efforts to promote environmental sustainability, protect natural resources and develop its waste management system within the framework of its vision for achieving sustainable development. This sector has witnessed remarkable progress in recent years, with Bahrain managing to reduce the amount of hazardous waste sent to landfills by more than 90%. This was achieved through the establishment of an advanced technological facility for treating and converting this waste into materials used in various industries, which mitigated negative environmental impacts and enhanced the efficiency of waste management. The amount of waste reused in construction and road applications reached approximately 610,000 tons in 2024, representing a growth rate exceeding 28% compared to previous years. This clearly demonstrates the success of national environmental policies, the empowerment of the private sector, and its enhanced role in supporting sustainable environmental projects. These efforts are part of a comprehensive strategy aimed at establishing the principles of a circular economy, stimulating investment in green technologies, and raising public awareness of the importance of recycling and the optimal use of resources. These ongoing environmental initiatives also support sustainable development and strengthen Bahrain's position as a regional model in environmental management, aligning with international trends toward a more sustainable and prosperous future.
The Ministry of Justice, Islamic Affairs and Waqf launched the Unified Judicial Inquiry Service, which enables lawyers, litigants and beneficiaries to directly access their judicial and legal records through a single digital portal. The service includes courts, enforcement, notarization and minors affairs as part of the government's efforts to enhance the quality of public services. As part of the government's efforts to improve and re-engineer services, the University of Bahrain has developed a 100% digital wall certificate issuance service for its graduates in both Arabic and English. This aims to streamline procedures and expedite application processing, positively impacting the graduates' experience and enhancing digital transformation. With this upgraded service, the processing time has been reduced from 7 days to just 1 day.